And I want to turn now to who can be the CEO of Twitter. Who do you think is someone who can do this job better than Dick Costolo, considering Jack Dorsey has another job?
Yeah. Hi, Emily. Again, I don't have an individual yet in mind, but I do think that when you start looking at what you want to do to replace this job, I believe it needs to be someone that comes from media. I think that the media business has learned a tremendous amount about ease of use, about engaging users, and I think that that is a big angle of what Twitter needs to accomplish here. So I would think that as media has evolved, that's where they're going to look when you start seeing the next chapter for this company. And again, I think there's a lot of folks out there that they could be talking to, but the reality is it's not necessarily from a third platform tech company. I think this is really about a company that understands as much about media as they do tech.
George, who? I mean, I've heard Kevin Systrom's name thrown out there. There's people within the company.
I don't think it's going to be someone within the company. I think it will be someone from Facebook who knows how to grow.
Like Sheryl Sandberg?
Probably not Sheryl.
Do you see anyone? Do you see anyone in particular?
If I would guess, I don't think it's going to be someone from traditional media, because this is not a traditional media product. I think my guess is it's going to come from someone on the product side of Facebook who basically sees that Facebook is a limited platform, limited in its focus on person-to-person groups where people know each other.
Chris Cox?
Maybe. It's a good guess.
I should just keep throwing names at you and seeing how you react. Tim, what do you think?
Well, I really don't have a name either. I would just say that the experience that we went through at Yahoo, there are a lot of people who end up emerging on these lists that you wouldn't think of at first. People who are either assumed to be well entrenched in their current companies or just off the radar screen, and some of them can be great candidates.
Ultimately, though, do we think it's going to be Jack Dorsey?
It could be, but Jack's got to save Square. So
Square's running into its own challenges, right?
Correct. But, there's some people who have basically run two companies at the same time, and there's a very small list of them.
But running one company is a very difficult and challenging job, so running two seems almost impossible.
Yes. There's a very short list.
Especially if both companies have issues they need to be taken care of immediately.
Crawford, should it be Jack?
I don't think so. I think that the first chapter of Twitter is closed, and I think Jack was a big part of that. I think the next chapter of Twitter was Dick's chapter, and I think that the next chapter needs to be someone who evolves the product. To the points earlier, it could be someone from
Evan
Facebook.
Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think this product needs to evolve. It needs to be taken to a new place. It needs to attract and engage new kinds of users.